The United States is temporarily lifting oil sanctions on Iran, a move that could unleash billions of dollars for Tehran as the first round of high-stakes negotiations concludes in Switzerland. Vice President J.D. Vance led the American delegation, with talks mediated by Qatar and Pakistan. The diplomatic push comes as a fragile calm settles over Lebanon, at least for now, following a bloody weekend of strikes. President Trump issued a stark warning today, saying if Iran fails to live up to its agreements, he will do what he has to do. He insists the U.S. is negotiating a fair and reasonable deal. In Switzerland, Vice President Vance touted progress, outlining 4 key achievements from the talks: establishing a mechanism to keep the Strait of Hormuz open, coordinating a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, setting up a process for technical nuclear negotiations, and agreeing to IAEA inspections of Iranian nuclear facilities. However, Iran's foreign ministry quickly pushed back, denying any negotiations on nuclear issues and stating they have not accepted new commitments. The most immediate economic impact comes from a Treasury Department waiver. Officials announced the sanctions relief allows for the production, delivery, and sale of Iranian oil through late August. A former top sanctions official now calls the authorization for Iran to be paid in US dollars, a critical detail. Analysis suggests Iran currently has approximately 67 to 68 million barrels of oil in floating inventory near Asia, which at current market prices represents roughly $8 to $9 billion that could now reach buyers. The diplomatic backdrop includes a tense situation in Lebanon. There were no Israeli strikes reported overnight, but this follows a violent weekend. An Israeli strike on Saturday killed at least 24 people, including 5 children, prompting mourners at a funeral to chant against Israel. While Israel and Hezbollah agreed to a ceasefire, Israel maintains its occupation of southern Lebanon. Hezbollah's leader, Naim Qassem, vowed they will defend themselves if Israel does not withdraw. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his fighters have full freedom of action to thwart threats. Meanwhile, a deadly explosion at a natural gas export terminal in Qatar killed at least 13 people. Officials say there is no indication it was a planned attack, noting the facility had just resumed operations after being struck by Iran earlier in the conflict. Looking ahead, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to travel to the Middle East tomorrow to discuss the Memorandum of Understanding. The world watches closely as these parallel diplomatic and military tracks unfold, with significant implications for regional stability and global energy markets. So, I didn't like less everything of a holding up something around to your